Hey, what's up, CC? It is crazy that it is already April and we're 4 months into this year. I just want to take a couple minutes to give you an update about your financial generosity and what it has produced already in March, April. I think I did one of these videos about 6 weeks ago. So a couple things. First thing is we did our community food drive, and you guys brought in hundreds of pounds of food, and then we went to Echo and Hope for Her, and we gave them a check for $3,500 to restock their food shelves. And so they're doing such great work around food scarcity. And so I just want to thank you guys again for your generosity. We gave a huge check at the end of the year for over $60,000. We give away monthly to our partners. Wouldn't happen without you. And then here's the thing that's really cool is tonight, when I'm shooting this video, we're being honored by the Brandon Chamber of Commerce for the work that we have done in our community and city, which is huge because the church should be known for what it's for. And anytime we are known for generosity, that's good for the Jesus movement. So thank you guys so much. Other thing is amazing Easter. It was the closest thing to normal that I felt in a long time. We had 5 services, hundreds of people. We had 2 services with overflow, 1 service with absolutely packed overflow, which we created in a room off to the side. And just an amazing day. The most powerful moment for me was at the end of the 11:30 service, and all day we had given people a chance to place their faith and trust in Jesus. In fact, all weekend. But that service, there was just adults all over the auditorium with their hands straight up in the air, and so many of them, for whatever reason, with just tears running down their eyes. And it was so powerful to see that happen. Also that week, we did our bunny parade where we went out into the community, which was amazing, and it was just cool to hear about the community talk about that event. Then we also did our Easter egg hunt on the Saturday before Easter, and it was the largest Easter egg hunt. I mean, one of the largest events maybe we've ever done. We're on our back lot. We just had kids everywhere. One of my favorite stories is a family. They were new to the church thing. They brought their kids on Saturday night to the egg hunt and the Easter bunny and all that stuff. Their kids loved it so much, they forced their parents to come back on Sunday because that's how good it was. They just wanted to come back to church the next day. So thank you guys for what you did to make it an amazing Easter. It was cool to see so many people who hadn't been in person since the pandemic started back on that weekend. So it's so cool to return to some semblance of normalcy. And so it's just been amazing to see the stories of life change. As far as your generosity, I mentioned our last video, we started January, February a little bit slow. And I encourage you guys to help us end the quarter strong in March, and you did, and we ended strong. And so I just want to encourage you to keep being consistent in your financial generosity, because that consistent kind of flow of generosity, which is one way to describe it, really helps us as now people are starting to come back. As we're getting more toward normal, we're seeing so many new guests continue to come. And so we're planning for the future, and we're really planning for this growth that we're experiencing now, and being able to continue to say, hey, if you're new with us, if you're checking out the church thing, we're footing the bill for you because we have hundreds of really generous people. So thank you for allowing us to do that. Let's begin this second quarter really strong and have a great March. And just thank you guys for being consistent with your giving. And I just want to share 2 stories with you real quick, because all those people attended on Easter, the fact that Velocity is now even larger than it was pre-pandemic, all of the events that we're doing, all those are amazing. But to me, it's the individual stories that make it powerful. And 2 that stuck out to me, I got this email this last week of somebody who said they had just come. I think 2 weeks ago they were invited, and it said, I'm really thankful for your ministry. In just 2 weeks, I feel like my faith and my hope for the gospel is being restored. My family loves the church, and I can honestly say that I'm looking forward to church, something that I thought I'd never say again, which is powerful. And then this one was from somebody who attended what's called Nights with Nicole, which is an evening we do about every other month or every quarter. My wife leads it, and we talk about marriage and mental illness, and we cap it at about 25 people. This person, they came to the last one. They've been coming to the church for about 3 or so months. And they said that night, the last Nights at Nicole, I had made a decision that I was done. I was going to end my life. And that night, something was said that was so powerful and touched me so profoundly that she said, I felt like the Lord looked at me and looked in my eyes and told me to fight because I was not done yet. And she said, I cried my eyes out on the way back home, and I wiped my face, and I looked at my family, and I made a decision that I was going to fight. And I have fought and I have kept fighting. And she goes on to talk about the fact that literally the ministry of Centerpoint and what you're doing, what you're giving toward, it has saved her physical life. And so from people putting their faith and trust in Jesus to pretty regular stories of people on the verge of suicide who have been restored, like, it's amazing. This is why we do what we do. This is why we've created a church like this, for stories just like that. And so I just want to remind you, what you're doing when you turn your money and your stuff into stories, it's changing people's lives and eternity forever. And I get it, man. Sometimes it's a sacrifice. It's a step of faith to go, I'm going to give consistently and I'm going to give off the top. But I think it's what Jesus is talking about when he says, seek first my kingdom. And in the area of our finances, the way that we do that is we give off the top. When God puts it in my hands, I'm giving some of it away before I do anything else. I'm going to invest in his movement and I'm going to watch God work. And so you just got to know God is using what you are doing. And so don't stop. I believe that our greatest days are ahead, and I really mean that. And we're seeing God do so much right now. And there's some light at the end of the tunnel with this whole COVID nightmare. And so I believe that there's going to be revival on the other side of it. I think we saw a little glimpse of that on Easter, and we're seeing that and what God's doing in our ministry. So practically, if you want to get on recurring giving, which is the easiest thing for my family, helps us stay consistent, go to centerpointfl.org and you can sign up for recurring giving right there. You can also do it on our Centerpoint Church Florida app. And if you haven't migrated over to our new giving platform yet, go do that. We have a ton of information out about how to do it. But I love you guys. I'm grateful for your generosity. And I'm so thankful for the life change that you're creating. We have amazing days ahead of us. Thanks for being a part and investing in it.